Tell me what you said about you're getting canceled, no? Oh, lick me in the lips. Lick me in the lips. You lick me in the lips.
All right. Oh my God, Coyote, please.
Coyote, start. Coyote Wild E.
Wait, you talk.
Me talk.
Me talk.
Me talk. Me talk. Me talk.
and
Me talk.
Okay, great.
Is it going?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the one, dude. This is it.
The one, dude.
How many times have we done it?
3 now. This is the 3rd one. It's a trilogy.
The first one we were missing your audio.
And the second one, you beat the shit out of me, and then I was like, absolutely not. I'm not letting this happen. And then I got back up. Do you remember when I elbowed you right in the face?
Yeah.
And you remember what you called me?
But it was.
Do you remember what you called me?
Yeah. A little baby frou-frou boy.
And then I flipped out. I stopped having fun. I flipped your TV, and I left. It was a bad day.
I don't know why you flipped the TV, because after you flipped it, you just came back in and went, I'm really sorry for
Jordan
flipping the TV.
This is Jordan's best guest cup. It's just hair is growing out of it. Where she's probably
it sprouts.
She went through a tomato phase where
she's
she grew tomatoes.
Listen, you're a piece of shit.
Honestly, I really think I'm a good guy.
I got you in at the cellar.
Because you didn't
owe
do
me.
shit. You didn't do shit.
You owe me.
You didn't do anything for me.
Wow. How come it goes up to there and then turns into a different thing?
I don't know. It's just harder to do this. Harder to do this. You guys ever hear my grafting joke?
Yeah. I've heard your grafting joke.
Yeah, it's my only joke.
Yeah, I've heard your grafting joke. Dude, I will never forget how funny it was when you went on stage and I assumed wrongly that you would just tell burn victim jokes.
That was great.
And there was water around, and I was like, oh, did Keegan get set on fire again?
Well, I make it a point to sometimes prove that I can do not burn jokes.
That's cool. That's what I did when I was younger, and I moved to Chicago to prove that I could do carpentry without my parents.
Yeah.
And I got fired immediately.
Did you buy those pants like that, or did you earn that?
I earned it. What do you think? I just said I did carpentry.
Okay, all right.
Wait, I turned yours up accidentally instead of mine. There. Oh, this is very hot. It's like a hot dial, you know?
Can I get in there?
No, don't go crazy with it. No.
I'm just doing something. I'm busy.
Don't. Just do it with the ones you don't like. Do it with the ones that aren't on. I got you in at the cellar.
I
catapulted your career.
I told you I was like, hey, I have an audition, and then you helped. You threw a ew.
Smell that.
Okay. That smells kind of good.
Right?
It smells kind of yummy.
Doesn't it smell like a bonfire?
Yeah.
It's not yours. Oh yeah, because you're scared of fire.
I'm gonna whiff it all up.
Let's tell them what's wrong with you.
You think you could whiff up a whole smell?
Here's what happened.
Wait, hold on. Do you think if there was a smell in a room, I put you in a small room, I'm like, you have to smell all of this stink up, and then once it smells good in here,
I think I would put so much. I would work so hard sniffing that I would then create my own odor. My own odor.
That's fair. It
You
smells
know?
like Jordan sniffing
Yeah.
in here. It smells like Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan's been sniffing
Was
in
Jordan
here, dude.
sniffing hard in here?
Yeah. That'd be really funny.
What happened the other day? Oh, John Kennedy farted and then walked that way to go onto stage, and a guy ran in the room at that very moment.
That's great.
It was great. And he was huffing and puffy, so he ran in the room and was and just took in the...
All the
It was
fart?
like the fart never happened.
That's awesome, dude. That rules.
It was good.
Ever since I heard that when you smell someone's fart, it's their poop. It's their poop particles
Yeah.
going in your nose. I used to love it, but now I hate it.
It's filtered by a lot of stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, it's maybe poop particles right on the outside of the butthole, but then it's just, oh, you mean that's what gives it its scent? Well, yeah.
It's a bunch of poop going
totally.
in your nose.
There's nothing worse than my dog's farts.
Whatever, poop noser. Look at your socks. Sorry.
What do you have to say about my socks?
It's just it's bad, you know.
Listen, you look crazy. Your
I think-
arm is on fire.
I think
I'm doing fine.
when I went to Austin, I saw a person who was like, "You're like Shark Boy," who's like Taylor Lautner. You know,
Who's that?
it's like werewolf guy from.
Oh yeah.
I said that, and I was like, "Oh, thank you. That's a handsome guy." And then she was like, "It's because you're like real, you've got a fucked up vibe. Like you've got a I'm messed up vibe." I'm like,
Well, your hair is always really unkempt.
your hair's unkempt.
Yeah, but that's
Bring me
on
to your house.
accident.
Bring me to your house to attack
That's
me.
on accident.
Bring me to your house. Attack me. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a good time.
Do you think that my apartment's too small?
No. How many people are here?
One.
You're fine.
Small dog.
Small dog, you're fine.
Okay. Anyway, so I kicked off your career.
No, you didn't. You haven't done shit for me. You haven't done shit. You found me on the internet. You were like, look at this person I can fucking take advantage of.
Yeah.
You put me on your second popular podcast, your second most popular.
You can do B&E whenever you want.
Fucking let's chop, dude.
You
Come
can
on.
do it.
I don't know Ian that well, but I'm sure he'll like me.
He won't like you because I like you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then he'll just be like, or he'll become friends with you to become closer to me.
Wait, he doesn't like your friends?
He just like doesn't like when I have other friends. He doesn't like. The other day I said he FaceTimed me and I told him I had sex with somebody, and then 15 minutes later he stormed through my door and was like, "Who did you have sex with?"
That's really cool. That's healthy.
Yeah, it's really healthy.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
America, dude. All right, now you want to go? Go ahead. Do your whole.
You're
what's wrong?
stupid. Hey, we're wearing reverse colors.
No,
Listen,
I'm not wearing blue.
we have to get into this.
Okay, do it.
This
Ow.
is. He thought that it would be a cool idea. He wanted to be like a cool tattoo guy.
I went to the opposite of a water park. It was the first day. It was a fire park, and the slides were all fire.
And you said, I would like tattoos, but I want to be like a cool guy about it.
Yeah, and I said no tube.
It really does.
Let me get down there. No tube.
Why? But didn't they? Okay, let's tell the people.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Tell my story.
I'll tell you I'll tell you how I found you. I found you on the internet. Because you had some video go viral about you saying that you were a really hot guy and that everybody should have sex with you.
That's not what I was saying.
Yeah, it was something
That's not
like
what
that.
I was saying.
It was really close.
That's
to
not
that.
what I was saying at all.
What was it?
It was. I get a lot of comments that's like, why is he kind of hot? Why do I kind of?
That's what I get
why do
too.
I kind of think he's kind of hot, and I was like offended, and I was.
It's
like,
really offensive.
You're either in or out. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm not garbage. You know. I
You
mean,
know
I
what?
am garbage, but.
The other thing that I get is people being like, for some reason, I'm really attracted to you. Like, for some fucked up
Yeah,
reason, I don't know what it is.
What do you mean?
Or they're like, because I was hit in the head as a child, I find you attractive. And last time I'm talking to Francis Ellison, John Rudnitsky, and they were like, dude, yeah, you're really beautiful. And I was like, as soon as one of you says that, you have to have sex with me immediately just to prove it. Because the women that you're with, they'll be like, you're really beautiful, Jordan, and then a woman they will walk in with is like an ethereal, glowing alien woman with giant eyes and tiny, and I'm like, that's a different planet. You can't be like, you're hot, and then show me that.
Well, maybe you're like the secret sauce. You're like what?
No,
makes, you like.
I'm Yum Yum.
Jordan
sauce?
makes the Big Mac good.
Right.
Maybe you're that. I don't really know what I'm saying.
I don't either, but whatever, it sounds right.
Yeah.
But no, what it is we like you as a person, and we could imagine somebody in the world being attracted to you, and then I go, what about you? And they go, bleh.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
I get that. That's my whole vibe too. Everybody's like, you're disgusting, but maybe.
Yeah, but maybe.
But maybe, I
if
guess.
I
Ew.
went like
If
this.
there was, if I did that
Yeah.
and I didn't touch you, I'd have sex
And you
with
didn't touch me, more importantly.
Just don't touch me. Don't put your dirty paws on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was on fire.
Okay, you were going to Staples to get a Trapper Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
no,
is
you
that?
were going to...
What is a Trapper
A
Keeper?
Trapper Keeper is like a binder that has like a fold that closes it.
Oh.
Remember having
Why
those?
you love science. You love it. You love science, dude.
Any big word.
You
you're
and
like,
your
you are
science,
a scientist.
dude.
Okay. You were going to Staples because you were getting a backdrop something for a movie.
I was getting a poster for a movie, yeah.
Right, because you had to have a poster in it.
I needed it.
And then as you were leaving, somebody nailed the back end of your car.
Yep.
Really fast. They ran a red light.
They were, I don't know what they did, but they were driving like 110 miles per hour ish.
No way.
Yeah. Well, that was their top speed at one point, and they were like around that area. They were probably slowed down a little bit. But they didn't hit their brakes, if I remember correctly. Like there was no evidence that they hit their brakes, and then they just slammed into me.
Okay.
The
they
car
hit
rolls.
The back.
They hit the back, so it's like I'm driving here, and then they hit the back of me, and then I'm like,
And then which way does the car go?
it just like if this is my car, it goes and it flips over immediately, and it goes, and then as we go on that last like back up on the tires, it explodes. Or maybe it exploded in the.
No, I think it's when it landed, if I
No.
remember correctly.
You were there?
Yeah, I would hit you.
Okay.
I think when it landed, that's when it blew up.
Mhm.
Because if in the roll it takes a second. I saw a car on fire the other day and I thought of you. Like
Mhm.
me, Sam Morrell, and Chris Stefano were driving and we slowed down for this car that was like in flames. And it's not like just fire.
Yeah.
It's like a gnarly.
Did you mention me? We're like, guys, I know a guy who's
I was like, I know the guy who is in there
Yeah.
right now. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm just in there
it's
like,
roaring. It's like fucking. It's
it was
next
crazy.
level heat.
It was wild. Yeah.
It's not like a bonfire.
No, it was
It's not like flames you could draw.
and
It's
I was in it. Like I was in it.
it's torched.
And then I got out, still on fire, put myself off of fire.
Yeah.
And then, I chilled for a little bit. I
Yeah.
wasn't quite ready for the hospital.
You hung out. You
Hung
said, I'm
out.
good. I'm good.
I
I'm
had
good.
to upload a TikTok.
Yeah.
I did that, and then we went to the hospital.
You do.
And the cop came with me because he thought I was going to die. He came in the ambulance, too.
Of
He
course.
was like, I want to see that.
You were going to die.
I was.
You nearly died.
I
You
nearly-
basically did die.
I was dying. I was actively dying on the way to the hospital.
Do you remember that being in the ambulance?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what were you yelling stuff or were you being
I was calm.
whistling?
I was pretty calm.
Yeah.
I was chill about it.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Actually,
There was like Gethard loves this story. Like they legit had to stop telling me to joke. Like they told me to stop joking around
When?
during like the fire thing.
In the
Like I was joking around.
what were you saying?
I was like, that hurt. And then the one guy was like, what did it feel like? There was an officer who was like, what did it feel like? And I like chuckled a little bit. I was like, it hurt.
Yeah.
But also I was like fucking like, I was in,
Shock.
there's no other, I've never felt another emotion or feeling like that.
Where,
It was just like off planet. Like I'm like, holy, like my skin is off of my body. My skin
was
is
it
now,
black?
yeah. It was like coming off of my fingers. And it was like, I had a watch on and my arm was now swollen up to the point that like the watch really hurt. So the officer took it off. I think he pocketed it too.
Bitch.
Dude, you know what my mom did? And I'm sure she feels bad about it, but she kept the jeans that it happened in. And I smelled them and it was like, this is the only time I've ever had like an episode like that.
Really? Where it
Mhm.
had a full flashback?
Yeah.
Because they and did it make you panic? No.
It's just like, don't keep these.
Really?
Throw these out. Why are these in my baby book?
Were they in there?
No, but she had them. They were pretty charred up.
I kind of get it though. Your kid gets like in an accident, and then you have these like
Yeah.
your baby's
I would get that if I
jeans.
died. Like, keep that. There was like the seat of the car was burned onto the back of the jeans. It was
Oh my
like,
god! How long were you in the burning car?
I don't know because it's like flashes, but I do remember getting out really quick and like using some sort of force, like pure like I need to survive, like pushing something. I remember the seatbelt gave me trouble and I fucking just yanked it.
Really?
Yeah, and
The seatbelt was like kind of stuck or something.
yeah, and I
And
doubt
you
I
just
ripped
tore
it
it
out, but I'm sure what happened was it was probably already fucked up and I pulled
Yeah.
the rest of it out. But then I don't even know. I showed you the car. It's like I don't even know how I got out. I don't know how I got out. Climbed out of something.
Out of the window or something.
Yeah. I don't know if I was knocked out for a second. I don't know if I was. I think if I was knocked out for a second, I'd probably be more burned. But I think the initial burns I have are like from like an immediate explosion.
Oh.
And then I was like on fire. Like like I was in flames on fire.
Because there was oil on you or gas on you.
Fuck if I know.
It was on your. It was burning on your
And I
face.
like ran down the side of the highway. There's a little bit of grass on the side of a
Whoa.
highway. I ran down. I put it out.
And it smelled.
It stunk
Did it stunk?
like
Stink?
farts.
It stunk like farts.
It stunk like farts.
But did you smell burning flesh?
No, I don't know because I was like in that survival,
Yeah.
like pure, like I didn't even feel the pain right away.
Were you smacking your face?
Yeah,
And it was gooey.
I was saying don't.
Don't stop. Don't.
Yeah.
And then at one point you said, "Let me see what I look like."
yeah, and then a lady
Who
pulled
was
out-
that?
like a guy. I was like because people gathered around.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I see my face? And he was like, you shouldn't. And then I was like, I want to. And then he like did this with his phone. And I saw like just coming off of me. And I immediately was like, it's funny because my breath, I wasn't even like, I'm not going to survive. I was like, I'm never going to be in a movie or
Yeah.
be on stage again. That's what I was upset about.
I would immediately be like, nobody's ever gonna love me. I'm never gonna get a boyfriend.
There was that too. I was
Really?
like, there's nobody's ever going to want to fuck me or whatever in a nicer way.
Yeah.
Like be in love with me, all that jazz. But
Did you think I'm gonna be hideous?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because when you Google, what they do when you get burned like that is they won't, because you're already going through so much, they're like, you cannot handle seeing yourself right now. and that creates way worse of an
Fucked
image.
up, yeah.
That's like, but if you look up like burn victim, it can get rough. And I was thinking the worst of the worst.
You were thinking that you had like the little hole.
Yes. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then you know what? Like, when you think that's how bad it is, you kind of see it. It's like, it was still pretty bad. But it was like, okay, well, I got 50% left at least, you know?
You have a mouth.
I have a
Some
mouth.
burn victims are just like a little hole.
And a face. And
yeah.
then, yeah.
You're more attractive than you were before.
Yeah. People say that.
You were hideous.
I know. People said that.
And then it burned
The
you
doctors
into
were saying that.
normalcy.
They're like, we actually thought you were really ugly. Like, we saw you before, and we were like, you are disgusting.
They set you on fire.
They did.
They hit
They
the
were
car.
like, let's just fucking do him a favor.
Yeah. They tried to kill you because you were so ugly, but then
yeah.
you came out all right.
But then I was in... It was like a movie where I was in an operating room, and I was looking up, and there were all these doctors, like, frantically saving my life. And I remember...
Were they panicking in a cringe way, or were they normal and cool?
They were normal, but it was like a movie where they're like, the scalpel, and then they're like yelling at each other to get like, they're like throwing each other tools and shit to like, because I'm going, and I'm like dying.
What are they doing? They're getting water in you?
Using
What
a
are they doing?
hammer and nail and a measuring tape to fix me, dude.
Really?
Putting duct tape in me.
Were they sewing you? No, they were...
I don't remember what they were doing, but I remember asking if I was going to lose my arm like 90 times. I was like, am I going to lose my arm? Am I going to lose my arm? And then... There was one lady who, I don't remember if she was even real, but she like held my hand and she was like, you're going to be okay. And she just like talked to me for a second.
No.
Yeah.
How do we find her?
I don't know.
She just held your hand and was there?
I think she wanted attention, but.
I think she didn't have a dad.
No, I'm kidding.
She held your hand and she was like, you're going to be okay.
You're going to be fine. That's what she said. And she just talked to me for a moment. She was like, you're not going to lose your arm. You're going to be fine.
What type of lady? Old black lady?
No, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. No, it was a white lady with orange hair. That's what I remember.
Wow.
Yep.
I wonder if she was real.
I wonder if she was real, yeah.
If you see this podcast and you're out there, contact.
And you're out there. Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there who helped me out. There was a guy named Aaron, who I don't remember his face much, but he was really cool. Because everyone sucks. You know, doctors can just be mean to you. Nurses more.
Really?
There were some mean nurses just with like an attitude. You know when like somebody gives you an attitude and you're like, why are you being like that?
With you all like that?
Yeah. Like
It's all
I'd be like
bandaged up?
my throat hurts, and they'd be like, fucking stop.
Oh my God! Did you throw her from smoke inhalation?
Yeah. I was in a coma on my 20th birthday, and my lungs collapsed from pneumonia.
You had pneumonia?
Just from
because
I breathed it all in.
and your immune system was so low.
It's like, yeah, I don't like this. And then fucking, I don't know, what do you mean your lungs collapse? They fall?
I don't know. It happened to one of my friends, but I don't know.
Okay.
I think all the hair. No, she's dead. But I think all the air came out.
No.
I think her lungs collapsed and then she became paralyzed.
Oh.
And the lungs collapsing was because of paralysis. Like her body was like, we don't even know how to work these
Wow.
anymore. And then she was paralyzed.
Wow.
Look at my dog.
Grow up.
Pretty good. So then you're in the they're operating. You said, and then why did you go into the coma? No. Is the coma after the scraping?
Yeah.
After?
So they had to like, the scraping that I told you about before.
Well, we have to.
I don't know what the fuck they did. I don't know what they do at first. Like, I don't know how they save your life from right after a burn. I know the recovery from it. But after that, I remember being in like a regular hospital bed. And then I saw my mom. And after that, I was asking, it started to get painful. Now I was starting to feel it. And they were like, we got to put you under. You're going to like, if we give you any more pain meds, you're going to die.
Really?
So they're like, you're going under. And then I don't remember being told that, but I just remember sleep in August. It was like August, 7th? And then woken up in October.
You slept for a month.
2.
I know.
You said 1.
You slept for 2 months.
I guess maybe 3, August. If it was beginning of August.
August, September.
And then mid-October-ish. Yeah, it's about 2 months.
So that you could heal?
Yeah, I get. Well,
Why'd they keep
I
you
think there
under
was at
so
a
long?
point where I wouldn't wake up.
What do you mean?
Like they were, I know they were trying to wake me up. That was a very emotional thing for my family. Like they were trying to wake me up and I wouldn't open my eyes.
For
Just-
when did they try and wake you up?
A couple times. I don't know, like in the middle when they wake someone up from a coma, they like slowly do it.
Yeah.
And I guess I just wasn't. I was like, nah.
And then you woke up on your own, or on?
I think eventually it worked.
Holy shit! So your family that whole time thought you weren't gonna wake up, and they just had a son.
Well, they were
and
just in like he's in the woods. Like he's not out of the woods yet. We don't know.
3 months in a coma.
Just about.
Can't something weird happen to your brain?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm like this, dude?
I don't know.
I think I'm crazy. This stuff just comes to me. Jokes just come to me off the top of my head. I just got one of those brains.
Can't you become brain dead?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not.
You don't know anything about what happened
Well,
to you.
The thing is like, I know. I get that you love this whole science thing. I get
Did
that
you
love
wake up-
astrology and everything.
But you're a really cool guy.
But I'm a chill guy, and
Listen.
I remember what I remember.
Listen.
I remember what I remember. You can't have more. I just gave you
Did
a
you have weird
feature
dreams?
film. Huh?
Did you have
yeah,
weird dreams?
Yeah.
In the coma?
I don't know if they were in the coma, but I had like crazy hallucinations and dreams.
Oh yeah, because you were addicted to drugs at one point,
Mhm.
right?
It was
What-
Dilaudid. It's basically heroin.
You were addicted to it when you came out of the coma?
No. Well, yeah. Well, I had to go through withdrawal.
Yeah. After the coma.
Yeah.
And you were like hallucinating and
I was hallucinating
writhing.
bad. I lived in a world for a little bit where it was all orange, and you had to work a certain amount of time, or you got on a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt would slowly push you into lava. And in my mind, my hospital bed was the conveyor belt, so I was constantly trying to get out of bed.
Oh, they had to keep pulling you back.
Yeah,
onto
I
the
was like
conveyor belt?
constantly. I was like, because I couldn't walk, because my legs were weak. I haven't walked for 2 months,
Yeah.
and they were like, I was convinced if you gave me a good pair of shoes, I could walk. I was like, it's the shoes. I need shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
So
And
you
then
kept trying to get shoes?
kept trying to get shoes, and then I got shoes eventually. Then
They
I walked.
gave you the
I walked
shoes?
for the first time, and it was awful.
Really, you were Gumby?
It was a bad walk.
It was
I don't know if I showed you that too. They have my first walk.
I need
Dude,
to
I
see
hate
that.
the video because
Like
in the
Bambi?
video I'm like doing this, and then you just hear a nurse go, "This is my favorite part."
Oh my God.
Like, this
Oh
is
my
your,
God.
What do you mean I'm crying my eyes out right now? What do you mean this is your favorite part?
This is my favorite
She's eating her
part.
fucking salad that she packed. She's
Yeah.
living her life. She's gonna go home, watch her shows.
Yeah, watching him realize he'll never be the same
And I'm just like,
intangible time.
and
And you walked holding the little edge thing,
the
rails.
walker, and then I had 2 people holding me up.
and your foot's all fucked up
My foot's all fucked up.
because it lit on fire. No,
Because
because somebody hit it.
I think I got hit so hard. that
Wait,
my spine was like.
oh, your spine got hit.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
got-
your foot got hit.
Well, I think it's better now, but like you,
No, it's really
if you,
bad.
yeah, you did it. Why don't you grow up? Let's see your feet move, dude. You're gonna be on. Are you on Wiki Feet?
No, look at do it.
Maybe you are.
I'm not on Wiki Feet.
You could be.
Do it with the other side.
Do you
Let's
wanna
see
be?
the other side.
You have any Jordan Jensen edits? We've talked about this last.
That's you're doing a bad job.
I know that's the most I could do.
Push it back. Don't be weird.
Stop. Look how many. What is somebody cutting their hair on your floor? Do you run a barber here?
Yeah.
Do you have like a barber shop that I don't know about? Get the guy with
Am
the
I on
broom
Wiki
in here,
Feet?
dude. I don't know. Let's see. Can we look it up?
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep talking so it doesn't get
So, I want to know about the tank.
Wiki Feet. What tank? There wasn't a tank.
The
I
dunk
think the
tank you were
military
stuck
did
in.
this. The dunk tank. Oh,
What's the
Wiki
thing that
Feet.
you were stuck in? The tank, the dome?
Oh, the tank room. Yeah, I have a joke about It's like hold on. Oh, dang, you're not on it. Hold on, maybe I'm on it.
Why are you on
The
it?
tank room was what they called the place they cleaned you. Which the joke that I tell is like that's the scariest. I'm not
Yeah.
on it either. It's the scariest name you could come up with for it. But what they would do in there is they would take you in, and I don't know the reason. In my mind, I made it up to keep the burns fresh. But they like took what were basically dentist tools, and they would just scrape like the burns, and you'd hear.
It was scraping a scab?
Mm-hmm. And they would just wash you with rags. And then I remember the first time they let me wash my own dong. It was awesome.
That was the big day.
They were like, "Do you want to do it yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And they gave you a rag.
Yeah, and I was like, "I'm washing my own. I'm doing it
You're so
myself."
lucky you still have a penis.
I know.
You could have lost it. You could have lost an eye.
I know.
You almost lost that eye.
Uh-huh.
And then
You know, there's one guy on the internet that just thinks I'm in like he comments about it all the time. He thinks I'm in an abusive relationship
That's awesome.
in which they're like this one person just giving me a constant black eye. And it's like, no, you don't think somebody's abusing me only in one area? They're like, hey, come here. Before you film, I want to punch you in that eye. But yeah, they.
And he says that he's like, again with the abuse.
Yeah, again with the abuse. We should do something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even though you say it is in the.
Yeah, people are idiots on the internet. People are like, just the good people are good, but like, there's some people who are just straight up like, what is that? That's what they're doing.
Nuh-uh.
In real life, they're going, what? Different than me. That's what they're doing.
Has that happened in real life?
People, there's some like, people just approach it wrong. There's some people who approach it like idiots.
Like what?
What's that? What's going on?
That's how I would do it.
Or like, people always want to know the story. Like people want me to go through this story all the time.
Really?
And I'm like, I got hit by a car, and then it's like they want more.
Wow.
And I'm like, you gotta understand, I tell this story 1,000 times. I know, like I don't want it. It's not interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to work past like.
You've had to tell it 1,000 times just on this couch.
Just on this couch, dude. Jordan can't get her shit together.
I want to know how they got your face smooth, but this is alligator.
I don't know.
What did they do? They
I
took
think they
skin from
stretched
other
it
parts
out.
of your body?
Yeah, they took it from here. And they were like.
They just stuck it on.
I think so they don't have to use more skin. I think what they do is they put it through like a.
No.
They take your skin off.
Yeah.
And then they put it in a thing, and then they go.
God.
And they crank it and flatten it out like a pizza, and then they put it on your body, and then because they crank it out, that pattern does this.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
And then they gave you a different glove.
I'm like, I had to wear like really tight stuff. They called it compression.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To make it hold
all
on.
the time. It was so hot.
And on your face, you had to, right? You had to wear the weird sock.
I showed you. It's wild.
And then you said that there was somebody every
God,
day.
you're boring me.
You said there was somebody mushing your face into.
Yeah, it's called occupational therapy, and what they do is so your burns don't mature like tight, and so I can open my mouth. They just every single day they'd go in your it's like me going in your mouth constantly, and your skin is forming. And it hurts.
How long were you in the hospital?
I think hospital. I think it was maybe 2.5 months, and then the rehab recovering was 4 months.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was wild too.
And the rehab, you were at home or you were in the hospital?
I was at a children's hospital.
Because you're a little baby?
Because I was 20.
Because they thought you were younger because of the way that you sound and act?
No, because they were like, actually, we don't want him around the other adults because the adults are going to want him.
Oh, so they put you around little kids.
Well, no. Well, no. I don't know why we're making up stories now.
So what? You were
Dude, I had a roommate that was 15 years old, and he was right next to me and he had a broken leg. And he would just go, ow, my leg. And I'm sitting there
yeah, were you in
my
a full body
skin
thing?
is off, and I'm crying, getting baths from my dad in a wheelchair.
Your dad. Your sister was the champion.
Sister and my dad, they were both pretty good.
Yeah.
My sister's sane.
Yeah.
We're the most sane my family gets. My sister I could talk to.
Yeah.
My dad was so overwhelmed with emotion that he couldn't. He's also you've seen him. He's fucking. I
mean, he's full trash. You are white trash.
Yeah, I love it.
You lived in a trailer.
I did live in a trailer for a little bit with my grandma, so textbook.
That's trailer.
Troubled child. Troubled kid.
Why your grandma? Were your parents there too?
There's a divorce, and my mom was like, we don't have money to move into a house right now, so we're going to live with grandma for a little bit.
In a trailer.
In a trailer. It was awesome.
And then
it was awesome. I liked it. And the kids were really fun. They were really fun, and they weren't violent.
They weren't violent at all. They were really
No,
nice
they weren't
to you.
violent. They were actually really well adjusted.
Nice.
No, they weren't. Those kids, I'm worried about them. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, they don't have teeth anymore.
There was a blonde kid that told me he was 14. I think he was 33.
Really?
I think he was 35 years old. I think he was 50.
Wow. Did
Like,
any
I'm 13.
molestation happen on the trailer park?
Not to me.
Oh, good.
Not to me. I was really good
You
at
molested
avoiding
other
it.
people, but it wasn't.
No, yeah. I had an Xbox, so it made up for it. Right
yeah, when
before
you were in the hospital, were you just watching shit?
You know what sucked is my fucking neck hurt, and the TV they do is all the way up there. So you got to be you just have to watch like this. This is how you watch. You have to just in your eyes.
You couldn't be move my TV. Were you in a poor person scenario?
Well, I was in the ICU. They're not really like, you walk around the ICU, the burn unit ICU.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's
What
just
is it?
people without their body part. Like, it's just like somebody without their arms, and it's like, it's brutal. It's
Really?
wild.
How
there.
many are in there?
I didn't count.
How long do you
I was
stay?
busy.
How long were you in the ICU burn part?
I think that was like 2-3 months.
And the children's hospital, they gave you a TV, right?
Yeah, that was better. But it was like all the movies were... Shrek is fun for the first time, but then you're like, please give me something good. Please give me a better movie.
I don't understand how your family wasn't having you completely taken care of in sense of getting
They were good. Like, but when I feel like you'd be the same way. When that happens to you, you're like, get the fuck away from me, everybody.
Yeah.
And you take out your phone, you put on noise canceling headphones, and you just do this. This is all you do all day.
Okay, you did do that.
That's all I did.
Did you learn anything?
I didn't learn shit.
You just obtained.
I had Christmas
bullshit?
in there. It was awful.
Wow.
It was awful. It was
Well, you
really
did
fun.
learn-
I liked
you
it.
did, It did help your career.
It did help my... Well, I was going to... It would have been fine.
No.
I would have been fine. It would have been fine. It would have
The
been
way you
great.
looked before, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, but like people were saying to me before, they're like, you're going to be
Really?
great. No, I don't know. I was making stuff before. I was making more movies than
Do
I
you
was.
have a trach? You had a trach?
Yeah.
They stuffed it in there?
Yeah. One guy dropped a penny in there one time.
No, he didn't.
He did.
No, he did not.
No, he did. He was like making a wish, and he flipped a
No.
coin. He was doing a bet with a guy, and then it went, whoop,
No
and
way.
I coughed it out like it was Bugs Bunny.
How do they sew that up?
I think what they did, if I remember correctly, was like almost like Play-Doh took some skin and was just like, yeah.
That's
Then
crazy.
you can just put skin on and then leave it on for a while, and it'll like.
It's weird that we're just meat sacks with giant brains.
They
Like, we
grow.
just-
I think I just heard how they grow ears on your ribs. Like if you lose an ear,
What?
they can like take a part of your rib or something and then they form it into an ear, and then they bury it in your leg, and then muscle grows over it, and then they can take it out, and then they put it on your head. Isn't that really cool? There you go, science. There you go, Jimmy
So
Neutron. There's your
cool.
science for the day.
How do they make it ear shaped?
God,
You don't know.
talk about you, dude. Have you done anything?
I've done a lot.
What was the thing that hurt the most? And don't make it weird. Don't make it emotional. Was it what?
What was the thing that hurt the most physically?
Yeah.
Like to my body or emotionally?
Or what was the most? This is the most emotionally taxing thing I've had happen to me. Your turn, dude.
What?
Your turn. This is my. You know what you just asked me to do?
You're right. The most emotionally taxing thing. It's been the whole time. I was seriously abused as a child.
Nice.
Bad. The shit kicked out of me every day.
Okay. Cool.
I had type 2 diabetes. I was super fat. Does that help?
That's fine. The abuse is better.
And then, and there was a bunch of neglect, and my parents weren't around. And then I had crippling OCD. That's probably the worst thing that's happened to me. It's for like 10 years I had the worst OCD and almost had to drop out of school. And
When was that? That was when high school age?
I was probably 12 to 17. It was brutal. And it was just like going to hypnotists to deal with it. And the OCD was like...
Really? You went to like a watch guy?
Yeah. So we went to everybody on so many medications.
Wow. I didn't go to anybody. I didn't have OCD
can
like
tell.
that though.
My OCD was not like fun. It wasn't like you have to wash your hands.
No.
It was like
people
could
who
not.
think anything is fun like
Yeah.
that. People... It is like... It's talked about too much, but people like love to have a thing now.
Yeah.
It's fun to have a thing.
Well, there's just... People are like, I have obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And I'm like, you're just an asshole. Like, you just like haven't overcome the things that you need to overcome. Like, they're just like, I just need things to be this way or I feel weird. OCD is like, I will faint if I don't do this thing.
Yeah.
And I will... Yeah. So, and it was to a point where like every single thing in my life was contaminated. So
Were
I
you
had
doing
to, like,
physical shit like with the lights, like turn it on 3 times and...
I had to wash my hands 81 times with 18 pumps of soap. I had to use 10 cups of detergent. I had to wash everything in my house. Yeah.
I would be so mad if I was
my hands
buying
were
soap.
bloody.
If I was buying soap in the house that you were in.
Yeah. I would overfill. The entire house would get full with suds because I would be obsessively putting detergent in the thing.
Wow.
But yeah, it was like people would contaminate me. So like if somebody said something, I'd be like, fuck, they're contaminated. And then everything they had ever touched in my life had to be eliminated.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. I was very...
Annoying.
It was really annoying.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awful.
And you got over it now, or somewhat? You have
I
a
have-
version of it?
I have versions of it now, but I got over it I went to college and just like got rid of everything I owned and went to college. And then anytime something became contaminated, I like didn't let it.
Wow.
Like I would just like touch it and be like, nope, this is not happening. And I had a hard acid trip where I thought I was gonna kill myself. And then,
that rules.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Really?
And the acid trip helped. Yeah.
Wait, the acid trip where you thought you were gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Helped?
There was something about the acid trip where I was like, I have to die. Like I have to kill myself today. And then I like was on and I was like, why do I want to die? And it was like, because I have OCD. And then I locked myself in a room and was like, I'm not coming out until I figure out the OCD thing. And then I just spent 6 hours writing and being like, what is it? And I figured out like what the core, that OCD is just, you don't trust yourself. You think you're going to do horrible things.
Yeah, I don't trust you either.
Yeah. I don't trust. I mean, it's so scary. Like even living 4 stories up, I'm always think I'm going to jump out.
Yeah, dude, I definitely, yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't have it to your level though.
Yeah. And
I used to have to just, I told you, like, if anybody said, God damn, I had to crush it in my teeth. Or I'd go to hell.
How many times?
3. I'd go, your teeth have to go to the left. It would go, and then it's crushed. That's how I would
That's classic.
I would have to crush it with my teeth.
Because, were you raised religious?
No, but I went to an after-school program that was a church.
Oh.
And I was like, it scared the living shit out of me.
Yeah, I just think it's I would do the same thing where I'd be like, if I would get stuck on streets, like I couldn't cross over a crack if I had a negative thought, and I'd just get stuck for hours.
That's a little funny.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Jordan's
people would just leave, and I'd be like, I can't
across the street.
Dude, it was so. And then finally, my friend Brianna was like, if I say sugar plum, you're allowed to walk.
That's a good friend.
She's a great
a friend that can like
I would
understand.
call her and she'd be like, sugar plum, and I'd hang up.
That's great. A friend that can like understand and like. The worst is somebody who just full on is like, what do you mean you can't?
But then
and like,
OCD chose her, and she became contaminated for a year.
Oh my God, it's like
and we had the worst year.
You gave it to her. You guys just have to sugar plum each other all the time.
No,
sugar plum.
She became contaminated, so I couldn't be friends with her.
Oh, it's
she
like
was
a
the bad.
zombie. That's funny.
Yeah, it was so bad. And then after a year, I got over it, and now we're best friends again. But it was a horrible year in high school.
My thing was guilt. That was my thing. I still like I always felt, because I got yelled at a lot.
Yeah.
And it was always your fault. Everything's like, or like there's never I never had a calm adult in my life growing up.
Did you have?
It was right to anger and like fucking mean shit.
Yeah.
You know, they calm down now, which most parents do. They just calm down when you're out. But like,
but both of them were. It was like they would immediately go from 0 to 60. Were they ever calm and neglectful? That's what I had, was calm, neglectful, or I had 0 to 60.
I think they were around. Like when my dad was good, he was good. Like he'd get me a bike and he like told me he loved me.
Yeah.
But also it was like you lived in fear of anger. Like it was every day you were getting like top tier yelled at, and you were getting called lazy. I got called not by my dad, but I got called like a pig. It's like you're a pig. Who calls a kid a pig?
That's crazy.
It's wild. But then so now I've got like an angry man in my head all the time.
Yeah, but you don't. It doesn't come out through. You don't get angry.
No, I'm pretty calm. But
you work incessantly.
Yeah.
And
I'm constantly on edge that I'm awful. You know what I fear is like you create scenarios in your head. Like yeah. I fear like one day I'd like somehow I make it into a movie, right? Like let's say it's like a Marvel movie, like your top dream, right? And then like somebody goes back on a podcast and they're like, look what he said, look what happened to him.
That would only.
You don't fear like being like put in a box of like that's you now?
No.
Really? That's what I fear. I'm afraid of being
say everything out loud that I'm thinking, and I understand that in the future it might come back to me, but I also know that in the future I can clean up anything that happens. I say heinous shit, and yeah, in the future I can be like
heinous shit.
Yeah, I can be
you
like
say wild stuff.
Yeah.
You're a crazy person.
You're
crazy.
I very much believe in saying what you're thinking in that moment and not worrying about the future, because I do think everybody should just be able to say what they're thinking and not have it mean something about them.
I can't sleep with it. Like if I say anything, like any conversation I'd be serious in, I go home and I'm like, I was weird in that, wasn't I?
Why do you think you matter so much? You don't matter to anybody.
I know, but like
nobody's thinking about you later. They're worried about themselves. Are. They're not.
People talk shit all the time. You ever been around a comic? All they do is remember what you did.
Yeah,
all
but why do you care? They're just fat people.
Oh, because they have, I don't know. You want everyone's approval. You don't want everyone's. Yes, you do, liar.
When I found out that guy that I thought he hated me, I said, "Hey, I'm really sorry," and I made amends, and that's what I dealt with it in the moment. But I'm not gonna worry about it if it's not in my face.
I'm gonna worry about it if it's not in my face. You don't do that at all.
No, I only worry about one person's approval, and it's usually the person that I'm like in love with. And
That's
who's
pretty
rejecting
cool.
me.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty cool way to
I've
be.
been like that forever though. Like I have been in the principal's office my entire life, always in detention saying horrible shit. But the one person I care about is the one person I am like trying to get to love me, which is kind of
I was in the principal's office, but I cared.
Really?
I was like, well, I didn't show I cared, but I would be like, oh fuck, I'm such an asshole. I'm such a dick. Why am I like this? All the time.
No,
Just
I
have
didn't
guilt.
care.
You hate yourself or you like yourself?
I hate myself deeply.
I hate myself too.
Yeah,
But
but
you kind of have to, right?
I don't know what it would be like to like yourself. I mean, I know that I like, I know that I like myself more than I ever have because the things that I'm doing feels kind of authentic. But like, yeah, every time I post a clip, I'm like, I fucking hate this bitch. She's hideous. She's just like loud and annoying. If I wasn't me, I would fucking hate her. Why can't she just be like a peaceful person? She just has to call everybody bad. And then I'm like, I just also have the thing where I'm like, it is who I am. So unfortunately, the other thing is like, I know that there is like another secret part of me that people don't know that is like a quiet, nice person.
I hate that part. I've seen that part. I hate it.
Yeah, you've
I
seen
hate that
You
part.
told me don't do that anymore.
I told you don't do that.
You
Don't
said
ever,
do that.
don't
It's
ever
really
bring that
scary.
out in front of me. That's
Don't,
gross.
it's scary. It's really
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah, but I know that there is like a performance aspect of things that.
Yeah, I want to be
Also,
good.
The only people I care about liking me are my mom, who taught me that you have to be like elite, or I will abandon you. And I'm to her elite now, so I'm fine. Or to somebody who's currently breaking up with me, and that's where all my energy goes. Like I don't.
Do you care if I like you? If I'm like, I don't like Jordan.
I would make you like me.
What if I was like, just I wasn't having it? Go ahead, Drake. Go.
Do you like me?
No,
I know that you do.
I really don't though.
I know that you do.
What
I
is?
see you get excited when you show up.
It's annoyance. It's me being like, fuck. Dude.
No, I see you. You get excited to see
Dude, she's
me.
gonna bring it out of me. She's gonna open me up. She's gonna unzip me.
Yeah.
She's gonna make me talk about all my problems.
I know it that you. I'm trying to imagine if somebody. There are people that I know don't like me, but I don't care. I mean, it bothers me a little bit, but I know that it's like for some.
Makes
they
you
have their
hate
reason.
them. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fucking cool, dude.
And if they do hate me, like there have been people that I'm like, I think this person doesn't like me, and then I will just do my best.
What about
to,
someone like a great, like you open for Louis, right?
Yeah.
So like, if Louis was like you want him to like you, right?
Yeah,
So that's someone.
but he does like me.
But what if he doesn't?
I know.
You ever
he
think
does.
about that? I was actually thinking about the other day. What if Louis doesn't like Jordan? I was
You
actually
were
thinking.
thinking about that?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that right now. Actually,
He does like me. I just texted him. He
Who
likes
knows,
me.
though?
He said, I really like you.
I know, but who knows?
No, he really, really likes
Sorry,
me.
I'm trying to push my problems onto you.
Oh, you mean what if they secret? Okay, let me imagine being you. Okay, I'm imagining I said something. Now Louis thinks I'm an asshole. It doesn't matter to me. It's almost like
Wait, imagine being me. Imagine being me. How fun is that? Go. Imagine being me. Be me. Go.
I pooped in my pants. Imagine being you because you're a little tiny baby. You can't
Hold
even
on.
control
First of all,
anything. You're just a little tiny
let's
baby.
rewind. You're the baby. I'm the grown adult.
No.
You're the freak.
Everybody knows
I'm
that
the
you're a
nor-
baby.
I actually was walking down here
People see you and
and
they
I
go,
saw people on the street and they were like, "That girl that lives up there, like baby, and stinks
No.
and reeks." And also,
no,
you know what? I just don't like her. I don't like her vibe.
no,
She's
have
a
an
weird-
old man's arm, but you're a little baby.
I have an old man's arm and an old man's heart.
No,
I have a lot of wisdom in here.
no, you're crying all the time.
Ask me about anything.
I saw you crying. I see you cry.
I'm gonna make you cut it. You should cut it.
Cut what? Because you're crying?
No, cut the thing I said.
You will think about it and then you'll text me and then I'll cut it if you want me to cut it.
I will.
You sleep on it. We have plenty of time.
Oh my God, who are we?
And if you ask me to cut it, you will be a little baby and I won't like you.
47 minutes. Dude. Come on, let's get to the good stuff.
What do you got?
Oh fuck.
So you're on fire. Okay, here's what I really want to know.
There's hair in my face.
Here's what I wanna know.
Barbershop apartment.
What?
In your barbershop apartment.
Listen.
Are people gonna like me? Is this episode gonna do good?
No.
Oh no.
And they're gonna leave comments.
Oh no.
They're
All
gonna be
these.
really
You know what's
negative.
gonna happen?
What?
is all these like people from the Gnome videos are gonna be like, oh, this will be silly, and then we're gonna just tell our deep dark secrets.
That's what this.
then
That's
you're
why
like,
it's called
"Oh my
Rest in Peace,
God."
Jordan Jensen.
They're like, oh my God.
Uh-uh.
Do you hate when people feel bad for you? I hate that.
Nobody feels bad for me.
Some people go, oh.
I would like some people to. I would like one person to feel bad for me. You know
Really?
what I mean?
You don't ever
Yeah.
get like the like you say like a dark thing even in a funny tone, and then people are like, oh, I'm sorry.
I hate that. That's awful.
It's the worst.
But with an intimate partner, I want them to be like that. But I date people who are like, grow up.
No, I don't want anybody who feels bad for me.
Really?
I don't like it.
You don't want your girlfriend to be like, I'm sorry that this happened to you? I'll turn the stove off.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't desire it. Or maybe I'm suppressing it.
I think you
I got a lot of stuff stuffed down. I
you
know
do
that.
have a lot of stuff
I got a
stuffed
lot
down.
of. I don't even know what it is. That's why I don't want to start unstuffing it because I don't know where to start.
Well, yeah, if you had come from like a upper middle class family and you were like, everything is cool with my family and I got in a car accident, but you like were poor, came from trash.
I know.
Your parents are volatile. Then you get into
I
a
hit
car wreck.
everything on the bingo card.
Yeah.
I really hit all of them.
But the thing is, I will say that, and I know that you hate this and I hate it too, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh God. What?
You are very good at what you do because of it. I mean, stand up, you're getting there, but your videos are.
Fucking hold
your
on.
videos
Fucking
are.
hold on.
you're
You've seen me do stand up 2
You're
times.
2 years in.
I'm 3.
You're very good for being 3 years in.
Thank you.
You're very good. But the videos you make online are like they're not. You shouldn't be you know what? And I said this on the other one, but I'll say it again. When you like have an idea. When I'm laying in bed and I have like a really silly idea that makes me laugh, it just goes deleted into the ether and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm immediately going to actualize it. Like the video you made going behind the thing and you were like, he was like, your friend was like, don't go back there. And you're like, I'm going back there.
Oh yeah.
And you came out with like a wig and you're like, they gave me hair.
They gave me hair.
That is like, it's very, very funny and it's very weird. And it's
Do you
like,
think you do that with stand up with the ideas? Because
Yeah.
you're getting there. You almost have it. You're almost quite
yeah,
there.
I'm trying. I'm learning every day
You're
from
al-
you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could teach you a thing or two.
Thank you so much.
I could teach you whatever you want to know, really.
But I do think that because you have a fucked up life, you are not afraid of doing fucked up things.
How long do you think it is? How long in stand up do you think it is like
Now you're in your head about that.
Now I want to go there. Now I'm like now I'm just asking for advice. Not advice.
You just don't have the full confidence yet.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't. If you had it, it'd be really off-putting.
Yeah.
You don't. There are comics who are your level in.
Sometimes
and
I
they
have
it.
sets like that where I'm like, that was a set where I just felt good. But
Yeah.
I need to learn to have that all the time.
You will.
Yeah, I want it now though. I want everything now.
Well, the way to deal with that is to not care. You
Well,
have
that's
to
why
not
being in the
care.
cellar is so scary. Because it's
Yeah.
like all these people who are like maybe already there, and it's like, who knows?
Maybe already there.
Like maybe already at that spot that you're talking about that I'm working at getting to.
You are 3 years into comedy and you just got past the cellar. That is insane.
Yeah.
That's totally insane, and it totally makes sense that you have imposter syndrome because you are an imposter.
I know.
No,
I
but it
sit
does
there
make
and
sense.
I go,
We all felt the same
everybody
way.
fucking hates me. That's what I do.
And I just think that I think that you haven't figured out how, like, the things that you find really funny, you have to do on stage, like the weird,
Yeah.
bizarro shit.
I'm doing a little more of that.
Yeah. The
I'm
more bizarre, the better coming from you.
Uh-huh.
Which is, you know what I mean. The more
Yeah. It's
and
more.
right, like I like the stuff about your family and stuff, and it's good. But like I know that you have like an absurdist cartoon going on at the same time.
Yeah, I do need to figure out how to.
Yeah.
I always want to tell. I can't tell it. There's a story of how the gnome voice came along that I want to tell.
What is it?
I can't, because I can't tell you because I want to save it. It's such a good story.
Okay.
How that gnome voice, how it came along.
How
is,
can you do it? Because I don't know it.
It's kind of like that. Kind of like.
You've never heard the
Really
gnome?
good. Do it again. I've heard the gnome.
I don't want to do it now.
It's kind of like
Everybody
that.
fucking.
Hey, how are you?
Oh wow!
Hey.
You've never seen my gnome videos?
I've seen it, but I don't. I just think you did a voice thing.
No, that's my real voice.
The alien or the other guy,
No, they. It's so funny to
I'm
talk like.
obsessed
Let's see
with
who
the-
does the alien.
the yup guys, the yes guys.
Oh yeah, the
guys.
little guys. Yeah, they're in effect. Yeah,
That's what. Yeah, I mean, I do think
the
that
gnome
that
voice I do.
it's hard because that you're creating scenarios where somebody's talking at you and you're responding,
Yeah,
and
But
on
it's
stage
like-
you just have to create that scenario.
yeah, you're right. It's like because with the gnome videos, I literally turn on a camera and I just back and forth with myself,
Yeah.
and I'm able to do that. But there is a weird thing. I think I do think I'm close. I agree that I'm like not. I still get way too nervous.
Yeah,
And,
that's normal.
But there's sets where I like feel
in Brooklyn
in Brooklyn,
or not at a club.
not at a club, yeah,
Yeah.
where I feel like I can really like let go, and that's when I do the best.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I get, because all the advice I got for the cellar was kill all year, and then it's like there's something about that I can't let go that almost
Yeah.
ruins the set sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Now that I don't feel that way, it is better. Like
Yeah.
now that, like last night I just did new jokes and I read something off my phone. Like I think you do have to, there is a part of it that you have to dissociate and say, I do not care what happens. I do not care if
and that's
I
what I
die.
did for the audition. I was able to do that for the
Yeah.
audition because I knew if I was even a hint of nervous, I probably wouldn't get it. But, you know, I'll just keep doing it. I like
The other thing is, do you ever have that feeling where you step on stage and you're like, if I have this a lot where I'm like, if I freak people out, I'm going to freak myself out. Like sometimes I go
Yeah.
on stage and I'm like, I'm acting crazy. And I'm like, they are going to leave here being like, she's insane and not well.
Yeah.
That shit, that I like lean into that now where I'm like, let them think I'm unwell. That's totally fine.
Yeah. When I lean into that, it works.
It's the best.
You just need to figure out how to.
They're going to see you because you're not well. They're not going to see you because you're Sam Morril and you have good takes on life.
Yeah.
They're seeing
good
you
takes
because
on life.
No, you don't.
Yes,
They're
I do.
Seeing you because
Give me something to have a take on.
trans people.
They're people too.
Okay, how about metrosexuals living in New York?
Was that like the? What's a metrosexual?
You don't even know any words.
What is
You don't
it?
even know words or science.
Fucking fill me in, educate me.
You know, it's like a.
I don't have any books. I'm not a.
It's like a
You.
slightly gay young professional.
I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
I knew a lot. I grew up around the gay community.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. My sister's gay, and she had all her friends.
They were all gay.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Although there was this
Is that
one
where
guy.
you got gay?
I don't.
Is that
maybe.
how you got gay?
I don't know yet. I don't think so.
I wonder if you're gay.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't.
I have a good gaydar.
Yeah.
Man, I went on a date with a guy the other day and he just catfished the shit out of me. He
Gay?
had like, he just seemed so straight. And then I met up with him and he was like, "Hi,
Oh.
oh, it's giving."
Wow.
It's giving.
Is that not for you?
What?
It's not for you. Like a. Some women like that. Some women.
Who? Fat
I see a lot of
cats?
TikToks where it's like they like there's like some women are into like when the guy has gay allegations. That's what they call it. And that's
Really?
fine.
Shh.
That's America. She's having dreams.
She's having dreams.
They
She's-
triggered her.
She's having dreams that she's on a conveyor belt going
Yeah.
into lava.
What's the name of it? It's a metro what?
Metrosexual.
How do you even learn that?
It's just that your generation doesn't say that.
Just let people be people.
How
It's
old are you?
fine.
14?
23.
23.
How old are you? 40?
23. I wish.
How old are
Dude,
you?
at 40, I'm going to
Sure,
fucking
31, 32, 33.
33.
Okay.
I'm 10 years older than you.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yep.
Look how much
What
better
were you
I'm
doing at 23?
My dad died and I was working as a carny.
See?
No,
Nothing.
no. Yeah.
See, nothing.
I had just started
That nothing.
comedy. I had just started comedy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I started comedy at 19, and then I got hit by a car.
That was the world being like, stop.
Stop.
You
Well,
got it.
that was the world being like, you need some material.
Oh.
And then I wrote my first 5 in the hospital, in rehab.
Okay, that rules.
And
That is
I
good.
like
Wait.
tested it out on the nurse.
You
The
said you
eyebrow
started
joke?
before you got in the accident.
I did start.
Oh.
But I wrote like
The good 5.
my first good 5
Oh, yeah.
in the hospital.
What's
Um,
the eyebrow joke?
The eyebrow joke is that I only have a little bit that grew back like this, which makes most people look at me and be like, "Hey man, do you have a question?"
Yeah.
And I said that to like a nurse, and I knew like she thought it was great.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, that kind of works." And stand up was the one thing that I
the
was like,
question is funny.
yeah. And I'd say I do. It's why God.
That's good. That's good.
And then
Oh, you know what? You know, I have a really good example. When you say, wait, hold on, give me a second. What do you say? Oh my God.
Camille Nanjiani likes me.
Who?
Camille Nanjiani, he's hilarious. He's very funny.
You are great. There's one line that you say.
Jordan fucking hates my stand up.
There's one line that you say.
This
there's
house
a-
sucks.
what
I
is-
came here to get
What
fucking
is the joke that you say something and then you just say one word after it? It's like milk or something.
mice?
Mice.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
So the
you
joke.
bail on it.
What do you mean?
You say the joke. Go ahead.
that gets a laugh. It's the joke. The premise is that I moved from a house to a trailer.
Yes.
You learn a lot when you live in both of those worlds. Like I learned, did you know they call it a trailer because it's a preview of what a real home
great
looks
joke.
like.
Great joke.
And then I say it's just 300 square feet of what you almost got, and I give it a second, and I go coming this summer, and then I give it a second, and then I go mice, and then they like
But
that.
you bail on mice sometimes.
Do I bail on mice?
You bail on mice sometimes.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
You go
when I
coming
know
this
you're in the
summer and
room,
it-
I kind of want to do good, and then I kind of like stop doing good. You ever do that? Like
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh,
I want to do
every
good.
time.
Like so, like there. If there's nobody in the room that I like
I know, it's the best.
necessarily care about impressing, then I do. I feel like I do way better. VU is always fun. Not that I don't want to impress anyone down
Yeah.
there, but there's something about that room that's like really, really fun.
Do you like that room?
I like it a
That
lot.
was my least favorite room when I started.
I'm having trouble with the lounge.
I love the lounge. That's my favorite.
I'm having trouble with the because I've only done 1 a.m. spots there. I've done spots like I've done like the
Oh.
spots that we did. Like it's like just really late.
The lounge. You have to be weird.
I like the bar.
You like the bar?
I like the bar. Well, the bar I'm not nostalgic. Oh my god,
That's where you
I
auditioned.
sound like an
Get the
idiot.
fuck outta here.
No, I auditioned at McDougal,
Yeah.
but the bar is what I started with a lot. Like I did a lot of.
Yeah, that's how it was for the lounge with me, and I really like the
Yeah.
lounge.
The lounge is fun. The first time I did the lounge, it's not a sign, it's a TV, and I was in the middle of a joke and I smacked my head on the
Me
TV,
too.
and I did not recover from it. You know what I did? I went, I hit my head in the middle of a joke, nothing, and then I go, and I look at it, and you know how it's like a guy doing stand up, and then I go, that's me, that's you guys, isn't that fun? And they didn't like it at all.
Dude, it's so hard. I've hit my head on that TV so many times and not recovered from it. That's just the thing that happens.
It's like it's.
You like the rooms where people are further away from you.
Do I?
I think so. That's what it sounds like. You like the VU and the bar.
You know what I like about the cellar is I feel myself getting to where you say I need to get.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I'm ever getting consistent, like real consistent stage time. And the more I do it, the more I feel like I'm really having fun up here.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Isn't that fucked up? Because the thing I hate about that is when I take time off, I'm like, this will be good for comedy. And then I come back and I'm so rusty.
So it's like awful.
And then I do 5 sets in a night and people are like, that's mentally unhealthy. And I'm like, the fucking best I've ever been.
I know. It's insane. It's like, I went down to Austin and I did a bunch of spots. This is not interesting to people.
Why?
Is it?
This podcast is not for that.
For what?
That's not interesting to people. It is just supposed to
I
be.
suck, dude.
Yeah.
This is me, dude. This
I know.
is the real me. I just go, I suck. I'm awful.
You went to Austin and what?
I did a bunch of spots and I felt great. Like there was a
Are you going to move to Austin?
No,
Oh my God.
not for me. I like it. I really like the hang. I really like the people. I just don't know if I don't know if I'd fit in with like the whole crowd, like the mothership crowd.
You mean being like, did you
Not
you
that I
go?
don't like them. I just don't know if I would like. I don't know if
You don't say the N
I'd
word.
go into that puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so used. I love it here.
Yeah.
Why would I leave the cellar? Why
You
would I
can't.
leave that?
I don't
Like
know.
I love it. I like my favorite way to do comedy is right now. I love going on the road and opening for people. Like I'm going with Gethard and Pepitone for the next week. I'm doing like a solid 20 up top. I have room to write. It's the most fun to me right
It's so
now.
fun. And then you have the time in the hotel to just do your own thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Can you film sketches in the hotel?
Yep.
Nice.
It's easy. It's just like it's a camera
Really?
and it's all me. It's all just like my fucking dumb
You talking to yourself and
me talking to myself. I did a sketch while we were in the hotel the other day. I only had a mirror and I had my one camera, and I did a sketch where the premise is this mirror's broken. I'm not looking at me, and then
This
the
mirror's broken. I'm not.
looking at me, and then I look in the mirror, and the mirror version of me is just like distracted,
Oh, that's good.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, man, we have to go. I want to leave right now, and then he's just like on his phone and shit.
That's the best part about your videos is that's you very, very, very much alone with another you.
Yeah,
Which
and that's
is
why I
cool.
love Connor too, because Connor and me have just known each other since he's another guy in my sketches, but he just we get each other's vibe,
Yeah.
so he like we jump right off of it. That's why I'm excited.
Is he
to
white trash too? Because you guys came to my 4th of July thing all trashed up.
What do you mean all trashed up?
You had like ripped T-shirts, like shirts.
Connor grew up with, like when I went to Connor's house, I was impressed. Like there was a lot of
Oh,
shit that I
really?
didn't have. I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah,
Connor had money growing up.
but he just has that.
But
vibe.
there is like something about him that he's just like kind of like he fits it. He's so okay with like we're like if we go to a hotel and we're like you have to sleep in that pile of shit. He's like, all right,
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll sleep
cool,
in that
cool.
shit. You know?
You guys should does he do stand up?
He's beginning it. Like, so he's like doing mics.
All of your generation of comedy is almost, there is like I was watching a guy bomb on stage that's your age, and I couldn't figure out if the bit was that he was bombing. You know about this?
Yeah.
Where it's almost like the irony.
Yes.
It's like the bomb is why it's funny and not trying is.
I don't know his name, but there's this one guy who just posts him bombing.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But that's a thing in your generation, and I don't think that you do that. You actually are writing well-crafted bits.
Well, because I grew up watching like Louis and stuff, and I want to tell a joke that someone goes, that's a good joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than, but
the
like
trailer thing is so good. Saying it's a trailer for a Real House is like, how have I not heard that from
performance wise, I want to be that. You know what I mean? Like
not care,
like
apathetic.
Like sketch wise, I mean, I want to be the guy who's bombing. You know?
Yes.
Like I want to be the Will Ferrell awkward kind of guy.
Yeah.
Little bit Danny McBride.
Danny McBride is what I was thinking of Connor. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Totally. And in the sketch, you're kind of bombing, and it's not. Yeah, but that's what sketch is for. That's why sketch rules.
Well, I think what me and Connor do a little bit different is most sketch you see, there's a straight man and like a goofy guy. We're just two goofy guys agreeing with each other.
It's the best.
So it's like we have an idea, and then these two guys are convinced, they both agree, and they're so serious about something dumb.
When you guys did the sketch about you trying to move the house physically, it's so good. Or are you just standing in the corner for trying to look cool? It's so good.
I forget, we're doing one later today. I forget what let me see.
And it's not like he's dumb and agreeing with you. It's like you generally put yourselves into a world where the right thing is what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really good.
Oh yeah, I think we're doing. It probably won't make Instagram. It might be good.
Just do that on stage.
We're just doing like, can we get a? We're doing a thing where we order. Like we have a phone and we're ordering food. Like, what do you want? He's like, can I get a? Let me get a Finding Nemo meal, no sad beginning, and then it's like a bunch of those. Let me get a.
Lion King, Dad Stays Alive.
Can I get a? You guys got the This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Two of Us meal. And we're just doing that for like 10 minutes.
A Woody Allen line, hold the rape.
And all exactly, yeah. And then nuggets too, please.
That's so good.
And then yeah, Connor, I think if Connor really sticks to it, he'll be really funny.
I promise that if there's a moment when you're on stage and you're doing your jokes and you start to go weird and you go into the corner and you're like, what if I thought this was cool to lean in the corner like this, and you did that type of thing, you will be an unstoppable
I need
force.
to, because I've had a taste of when I am comfortable enough to do that, and I'm getting there. I really am.
I'll bring you on the road on the one condition that you have to be
do it
retarded. Like you have to be insane the entire time.
That sounds fun. I'd love to. In Austin, there was this moment that I got the hardest laugh beyond my jokes. Was I saw these dudes in their hats, and I just started making fun of the hats for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And people loved it.
That's
like
great.
it was like I was just telling
because you didn't care because you're not from there.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have nothing to lose.
And you know what I did? I talked about SpongeBob for a long time.
Yeah.
Just because all I know about Texas is Sandy Cheeks is from there, and I talked about the Texas episode, and the people were into it. I think you're right. I need to. Yeah.
Wow. You need to not care. You need to not care what people think about you. You need to. I don't. The near-death experience is supposed to do that, but you just came out of it still self-loathing.
I just grew up that way, where it's like, I have a terrible self-image. I have a terrible.
And then your body got set on fire.
And then my body got set on fire, and I was like, "Stop! Give me a fucking minute!" Oh my God! Can you guys?
Did it help at all?
No, it got dark. It was like the recovery was like that was the first time I was ever like, I don't know if I even want to be around.
Because of how much it hurt, or because you thought you looked different?
I looked different, and I was fully convinced that it was over. Like this was over. Like chasing entertainment. Because imagine like you're Jordan for 19 years. You're 19 years old. Imagine how much of an idiot you were at 19.
Yeah.
You know, you specifically.
Me specifically.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, now you're a person with like, now you got to do certain lotions. You got to do all this medical shit when you were barely drinking water.
I was just sucking dick.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So now you got to like,
time I do a lotion.
Exactly.
Get back in there.
And now you have all these doctors who are like, if you don't do this, your skin is going to fall off.
Oh, you thought your whole life was now going to be dedicated to being a recovery patient.
I was just that. And like, I was just like, I'm not who I've spent 19 years cooking up. I'm not that guy anymore. All that 19 years I spent getting over, like, because I was in college, so I was just getting a taste of, like, maybe I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
And then they hit the reset button on me. Now I feel like a new guy where I'm like, I have a new life a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, now I never got, like, stared at, or, like, I've never had to deal with, like, being a different guy, like, where people look at you and they go, oh, what's up with that? And now I'm, like, into babies. I'm 3 years into learning how to be that guy. And, like, I sat there and was like, I don't know. I knew that was going to be my life for a little bit. And I was like, I don't know if I'm willing to do that. I don't know if I'm willing to go into comedy and get on a stage and willingly be like, look at me.
Oh, yeah. That's so interesting. Like being like, not only am I going, I'm going to still pursue the thing that I'm doing. So I'm going to be in entertainment, but now I'll be the person in entertainment who is the guy with the burns.
Which is why I want to do, like, I need to prove just for myself, be like, I can write jokes that aren't about burns. And then also the physicalness of it, you're like, literally, I don't want anyone to look at me. Please don't look at me.
Yeah.
I'm going to hide in my dark room. And then stand up, getting back on stage, you have to, like, I'm getting under lights that are going to make it more, because it was like red, and it was like
really
puffing out. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was like, because burns heal slow. So it was like just out here. And I'm going up just like desperately. Like, I remember my first mic, there was a guy who sucked. And he went up after me and he was bombing. So his move was to just attack me. Be like, how fucking ugly was that guy, huh?
What?
And it was weird.
Who is it? I'll kill him.
You don't know him. He's some Jersey guy who's like 50 years old.
It was killing?
No.
Oh.
It was awkward and weird.
When he was making fun of you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He bombed.
Oh, okay.
But, you know.
You just stood there? You kind of chuckled?
I was in the back. You know, I was still on a cane. Like, what am I going to do, you know?
Was he? It was a bit that he was doing, like, I'm.
He was doing his jokes.
Yeah.
It's like, books are weird.
Yeah.
No laughs. So he panics and then he goes, like he tries to shock everybody. So it's like, how fucked up is that guy? But there was no turn on it. There was no like fun twist.
Oh.
It was just ugly. And that was the joke. And it didn't work. But it was like, that's exactly what I was scared of. Not that happening, but like, you know, it's a bunch of twists and turns. You're like, what I got to learn how to be if I'm going to do this, if I'm still going to pursue this, I got to learn how to be this guy. Got to learn to be okay with it.
I wonder if that's how all trans people feel.
Probably.
Just
Probably.
like
You walk
everybody
in,
is going to
imagine
be like,
fucking
"Is that-"
feeling like, does everybody think that thing of me? That's got to be awful.
I have that with being gay.
Yeah? Does
I walk
everybody think
into
you're
a room
gay?
And I'm like, here we go. Everybody gay. She's gay.
Jordan,
Gay homo.
I mean, honey. Sweetheart.
I went to the dog park.
It's like, what are we doing?
I don't know what else to wear.
You
I have
forget
a
your
necklace
tool belt
on.
somewhere, dude?
I have a necklace on. Yeah, but I can't. That is a really, really crazy thing to imagine. Like being like, I'm going to keep doing the same thing I'm doing, but I will be the guy. Yeah, that is crazy.
That's why I want to make.
But now you're such a Keegan.
I know.
With burns, you know, like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
burn guy who's Keegan. You're Keegan with burns.
But that's why I'm scared of TV, because I'm writing this show, and then I want to, like, because there's nobody on TV right now. There's like burn scar people, but they play burn scar people.
Yeah.
You know, I want to just be a guy. Like, I'll acknowledge it in a show or whatever, but like, I just want to be a guy who's like. That's why the sketches are so fun, because people aren't paying it. I mean, look in the comments, you'll see people like fucking. That's what they're doing. They go,
Yeah.
What? How?
Does anybody else see this?
You guys fucking catching this maniac? Yeah, so it's a work in progress.
I think it did. So in conclusion, you kept doing it. You could have quit.
Yeah.
You're happy you did. You're at the cellar. You're doing great. You're
Yeah.
moving fast.
America, dude.
America.
America can't win or lose.
You didn't give up, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You didn't become some weird guy.
Maybe.
Did you remember when you first went up on stage
Yeah.
after it? Really?
I got an offer to do a show right after that. Felt good. My first time up was like, I had some of the killer jokes I have, like the ones that usually work. I had the eyebrow one,
Yeah.
and I had the grafting one. I had a version of the grafting one,
Yeah.
and those did good. But when you're so bad, like when it was almost like you get on stage and you see people go,
Yeah.
You know, when you see someone like walk up in a wheelchair and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, please be funny.
Yeah.
Please be funny. Please be funny.
Totally. I know Des Bishop went up on stage after hurting his knee, and he had like a knee brace on, and I was watching, being like, "You need to sit down."
Yeah. Because
and
you're
I,
like,
couldn't
you
pay
gotta
attention.
acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But it was at a point where it was like it needed to be acknowledged, and you'd see people just go, "Come on, be funny. Come on, please,
Yeah.
please do it." But it worked out.
Very resilient.
America. I told you, yeah.
It's not America. It is you.
Dude,
you are a resilient
honestly,
person.
I can't take that. Don't say that.
You were a resilient person, and even before you got into the accident, you're a resilient person
You
because
look
you're in the
stupid,
middle of the
dude.
night.
You look
You were getting
bad.
poster board. You
What
were
are
working.
you wearing? What is
and
that?
You were
Is that
doing
the
a really
fucking,
good
is that the
job,
thing you pull a lamp
and
with?
you got in at the cellar.
That's the thing
and
you
I'm
pull
really,
a lamp
I'm
with.
really proud of you.
That's like the
And
on switch with a
it
lamp.
actually
and a
did come off that.
I know. You're wearing
And
other things.
You're doing great.
Tattoos
Your
aren't
sketches are
finished.
good.
Tattoos. Hair's weird.
And you're doing.
Hair's
you're,
bad.
You're a really good guy.
Lamps. You've never
And
read any of these
Don't
books.
look at the lamps.
You've never read any of these books.
And
You've never read The Body Problem. You've never read that book.
I haven't.
Why is that here?
I haven't read it.
What is it about at all? What is it about at all, Jordan?
I don't know. It's a sci-fi thing.
Dude, you know what's crazy is I thought, because we did 3 of these, I thought this was going to be the most jokey, laughy one.
Yeah.
This might have been the one where we really got into it, though.
Yeah.
This might have
We
been...
couldn't get into it in the other ones.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. We
Wow.
did a great job.
God, we didn't do enough bits, did we?
Will you stop?
Did we do enough bits?
We did plenty of bits.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
you have a good editor?
Yeah.
Can you please just put some some explosions in or something?
Fire.
Just like a green screen, ultra key, an explosion in.
We had plenty of bits in there.
Lasers.
We picked on each other.
Car.
We talked about that you got your penis burnt off and you have a tiny penis now. That
I
everybody-
don't.
Yeah, everybody
People have
says
talked
it.
about that. It's not burnt at all.
No, that's not true.
People say that actively.
You told me while the cameras are off, you said the thing that sucks most is my penis was burnt
You know
off,
what
and
you
now it's a
told me
tiny little
when
thing.
you told me when the cameras were off, you were like, I
didn't. Now you're saying
You
what
gave
I
me-
said against
Why
me.
did you list all those comedians you hate?
No,
you
I
hate
did.
deeply.
Listen, I don't have the fear that you do.
Siri, activate.
Don't help
Siri,
leave
activate.
her out of this.
Siri, tweet Jordan Jensen canceled. Tweet,
leave
activate.
her out. I did get canceled online because I said a bad thing. and
What'd you
everybody canceled
say?
me.
I want to see if it's the clip I'm thinking of.
That I compared trans to blackface?
No, it was the Palestine thing I was thinking about.
Yeah, well, there's another one.
You scare me
You're
sometimes.
crazy.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, Jordan, no. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But then the comments are on your side.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I did see.
So long as they don't call me fat, I'm fine.
That's
They can say
funny.
you should die. I want you to burn in a fiery hell, and I think that you're a horrible person. But so long as it doesn't say you're fatty, I'm happy.
so like. Would you bother? It bother you getting canceled, right? God, wait. Let's not talk about it because then it happens.
What do you mean getting canceled?
Like people don't like you anymore. Like they're like, you're done. You're not allowed to put stuff out.
How would that happen? I didn't rape anybody.
I know, but like just saying words can now get you canceled.
Like what?
Anything.
Like if I said the N
A
word?
bad take, maybe.
No, you can't really get canceled from the N word or anything, or a bad take.
I mean,
If I got canceled in the woke community, like the other night,
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm part of that. Like
comedians
I'm on
had to
TikTok.
unfollow me because of what I said. Like some comedians were like, "Hey, I love you, but I have to unfollow you because my people are woke and they're coming after me."
Wow. I don't
But
even
I
know
don't
what you
care.
said.
I
I
don't
don't even want to know though.
If somebody doesn't agree,
I want to remain uneducated.
okay. If somebody doesn't agree with me, I see you're already worried about it. If somebody doesn't,
I am worried about it.
agree
I'm
with
terrified
me,
what you're gonna say.
if somebody doesn't agree with me on something, then they just don't have to follow me, or they'll know me and they know that I don't agree with anything.
But it gets rid of like, doesn't it bother you a little bit? Like, do you care about TV roles or anything? Like, do you care about like?
It doesn't really matter so long as it's all in jest. Like I'm not going on podcasts and saying like, here's my political take. It needs to be, you know. What
You're
I mean?
not
Like,
saying shit that you're not like. You're not saying anything to hurt anybody's feelings. You're just.
I'm just fucking around, and,
Okay.
and obviously on stage being like, I'm fucking around right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not like when I said that blackface thing on stage. I was like, is it kind of like this though? Like it was, and then I was like, oh no, it's not like that. Like it was. It's obvious that everything I'm doing is being an idiot and joking.
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not being like, this is, you know. And if I am, yeah, so be it.
Okay.
And I don't really want to be on a show where I have to be censored. The most important thing in the world to me is stand up and.
But
being
I mean,
honest.
like little stuff like I think sometimes even roles you'd want where you wouldn't have to be censored, they have to they can't hire you
That's fine.
because whatever community doesn't like you.
I'm fine with that. So
It's a
long
scary
as,
world.
So long as
I don't want.
give
Oh
you
wait, I don't want to be a
stage.
comic who's like, you can't say anything. Just say what you want. Who cares? Jordan Jensen
You're
is.
scared.
I am scared all the time, but this is how I act. Anything
you're,
I do,
You're never gonna get in trouble. You're a very good person,
I try to be.
and you don't have like negative. Like a lot of
I was
us
kind of
have
a jerk in middle school. That's about it.
well, you got burned for that, literally.
I know.
You shouldn't have
Karma.
done that.
Karma.
But you're gonna be totally fine. But you should worry a little bit less. You're not gonna say anything negative because you're a good person. I am very judgmental. I judge people who are delusional. Like I judge if people are religious. I'm like, that's delusional. If people are like,
Really?
if people get big fake titties and they're like, this is for me. I'm like,
Can you
you're
put
delusional.
put yourself in their shoes though?
I can,
Okay.
but I'm like, you're
Putting-
putting yourself in a delusion. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You can be spiritual. You can be all these
What are you
things, but, like,
delusional about?
love.
Okay.
I'm
I know. I knew the answer
Yeah.
right away.
I'm addicted to really horrible people.
Yeah, dude. You need a break.
Yeah.
You need a tea break.
Yeah. A D break.
Whoa. Whoa. Where
Was
we
that
at?
enough bits for you?
Yeah.
Do you feel good about it?
Yeah.
You want to say anything? You want to throw anything else out there?
I think we end with a song. Me though.
Okay.
Jordan and Keegan
Keegan and Jordan
doing a podcast,
in my apartment.
and we're hanging out,
There's hair everywhere
and we're talking about life.
and underwear.
And where do they go
Where do they go?
when the moon comes out?
They go underground.
Because they are sewer people,
Ugly.
sewer ugly people, rat people, sewer ugly
Nobody
rat
likes
people.
them.
And that's the Jordan and Keegan show.
Perfect.
That was really good.
That was really, really
That was
good.
really good.
I started tearing up a little.
Yeah, I just feel the presence of something not working.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're going to get up and that camera's not recording.
Well, the red light's not on, so that's not good.